Hello friends, today I'm going to show you some examples of JavaScript array methods and how to use them. So let's begin with the explanation. JavaScript array methods. JavaScript array methods are functions that are built into JavaScript that can be applied to our arrays, and each method has a unique function that performs a change or calculation to our array and saves us from writing common functions from scratch. These are the basic array methods. For example, array length, array join, array toString, array delete, array pop, array push, array shift, array unshift, array concat, array.flat, array.splice, and array.slice. Let's move ahead with them. So the first one we want to talk about is array length. Now, array length is a property that returns the length or size of an array. So for example, we have the array fruits, which has four elements in it: banana, orange, apple, and mango, and the size is another variable which will print the fruits dot length value. Now we have another one, array toString. The JavaScript method toString converts an array to a string of comma separated array values. For example, the same variable fruits, we have the same array. Now we want to print that in an element with an ID demo. So we print that with document.getElement by ID demo.innerHTML equals to the array.toString or fruits.toString. Now the element would print the result with the values of our array. Let's see that in action. So here first one we have is array.length. Now we have a paragraph named t1, and we have a constant variable with four values in it. That's an array variable, and we want to print the value of that array with document.getElement by ID for t1.innerHTML equals to the size. Now fruits will have the array element, and size will print the size of that array. Let's run this one and see the value. As you can see that the length property is returning the value 4, which means the size of that array is 4. Now toString is another value. Let's run that one and see that. This toString has um wait, give me a few seconds. ToString is a method, okay? So the ToString method returns an array as a comma separated string. Now we will use the same variable fruits, and we have the values, the four values in it, and we are going to print that value within an element with ID demo, and that's the paragraph. So let's run this one and see the output. Here the ToString method has print all the values. So four elements in it, and it's printing that. Let's move ahead to the next one. Now the next one is array join. The join method joins all array elements into a string with a specified character. It behaves just like toString, but in addition, you can specify the separator. For example, the fruits array has four elements, and we try to print that with an element by ID demo, and we use the array fruits.join with an asterisk. Now the result would be all the strings joined with asterisk. Let's see that in action. Here we have the join example. So here we have one array, the fruits, which has four elements, and we are trying to join all of them with asterisk. Let's run this program and see the output. As you can see, my array had four elements, and now it's joined with asterisk. If I try to change the asterisk into some other value, let's say I'll join that with an hyphen and refresh that and check the output, you can see it's joined with a hyphen. Okay. Similarly, you can use any other character to join those array elements. All right, let's move on to the next one. The popping and pushing. When you work with arrays, it is easy to remove elements and add new elements. This is what popping and pushing means. Popping items out of an array or pushing items into an array. JavaScript array pop. The pop method removes the last element from an array. For example, we have a constant fruits, which is an array, and we use the fruits.pop. This is going to remove the last element, which is mango, from the array. The pop method returns the value that was popped out. Now, after using the pop, if you want to print the value of that array, it will show you only three elements in it. Let's see that in action. So here is the pop example, and this one says that the pop method removes the last element from an array. And we have two elements. One is demo1, another one is demo2. So let's run this one and see the output. So in first case, we are printing the array, and then after using the pop, we are seeing that the mango value is gone. One of the value is gone after using the pop. Which one? Say fruits.pop, and then I'm trying to print the fruits again, and it's giving me only three elements without the last one. We have a second example for this one. So let's have a look at this one. This one would show what's there inside the fruits.pop. If I'm trying to print the value of the fruits.pop, what's gonna show up? Now this one shows that the value is mango, which is popped out from the array. And after popping out, we have only three elements remaining in the array. The next one is array push. The push method adds a new element to an array at the end. For example, constant fruits equals to banana, orange, apple, and mango, and we added fruits.push QE. The push method returns the new array length. Now, when we try to print the length of this array, it will show up like it has 5, and the value would be added to the existing array. Okay, let's see that in action. Now here we have the push element, the push method. Again, we are using the same example, and we have four elements in our array fruits, and we are trying to print the first one with a demo1. Then we added QE as the next element with push, and now we are trying to print the element demo2 with the added new item into the array. Let's see this in action. Here you can see that the first one had printed four elements. Now after using push, we see that the value has changed to 5 elements in the array. Okay, and if we try to print the value in a different element, let's say 3, and I try to print it with let's say demo3, we try to print the fruits.length. This is a property, so no method. Refresh this one page, and we see that the value is 5 now. Perfect. That's what we wanted. All right, let's move on to the next one, which is okay. The second example shows the length of this array. Let's run this one and see what's the output. Same thing, it's just printing the value of the length. All right, next move on to the next one. Now, the next one is shifting elements in an array. So shifting elements is equivalent to popping, but working on the first element instead of the last. So what we had in the popping is it was popping up the last element, and here we have is we will use the first one. So the shift method removes the first array element and shifts all other elements to a lower index. So how does that work? In this example, we have four elements in the fruits, and we use a fruits dot shift. Now the shift method will return the value that was shifted out. Okay, let's do a test and see how that works. So here you have the shift method. We have two paragraphs. One is demo1 and one is demo2. And we have the variable fruits, the array which has four elements, and we try to print the array with the first paragraph, and then we use the fruits dot shift, and then we use to print the same one, the same value of the array, and with another paragraph. Let's run this one and see that. You can see that we had four elements. After using the shift, we see that the first value, which was a banana, is removed on the second paragraph. So that is about shifting, and all other elements have moved on one place before. Okay, previous number. So that's about your shift. It should be
Now
like if we try to print this one, let's say we will do another paragraph, and I would say this one is just a demo, and we will print this one. So fruits dot shift, and we print it here with demo. Let's refresh the program and see that. So here you can see that it's printing the value that was removed. Okay, with fruits dot shift, while I'm trying to print that, it says that the first value banana is removed. All right, so that was about shift. Now let's have a look at the next one. The next one reads array unshift. If you look at the description, the unshift method adds a new element to an array at the beginning and unshifts older elements. So for example, const fruits equals to the four elements we have: banana, orange, apple, mango, and fruits dot unshift will add a lemon to it. The unshift method will return the new array length. Okay. So in the second example, you can see that there are four elements, and when we try to unshift that, lemon is added to the first element of the array. So it became five elements with lemon at the first. Let's see this in action. So here we have unshift, and we have the same constant value, constant variable fruits, and we have the array with those four elements. We did an unshift and we added lemon to it, and we will print that one. And in the second example, we will try to print the value of fruits dot unshift. Okay. So let's run both these examples and see that. First of all, we will try to do an unshift and see the output. So this one says that the first one was only printing the value, and then we did an unshift and then again printed the value and lemon was added. Now in the next example, we would see the value of unshift. Now it says that unshift, okay, it printed the value of the array length rather. So this one is uh fruits dot unshift. It made that 5. Okay, so what happens is unshift returns the length of the array. Instead of the extra element, it would say that it would return the length of the array. And then it adds that element to the array. Okay. Unlike the previous one we had like in shift. Okay. So unshift will return the length, and also it will add the element to the array. All right. So let's move on to the next one. We have changing elements. Okay. So what is changing elements? The array elements are accessed using either their index number, and array index starts with 0. So 0 is the first element, and 1 is the second, and 2 is the third. For example, we have the same constant with the array name fruits, and we have 4 elements in it, and we added one more to the 0th element as kiwi. Now the result should be showing up. Kiwi is changed. It replaced banana with kiwi. Okay. So we will see that in action. So here I have changing elements, and I'll show you this one with wrapped. So we have four elements in this, and then fruits 0, we will replace that with kiwi. So this is like we assign the value of the index 0 with kiwi. Now that's going to replace the value of banana with kiwi and then print the value. Okay, let's do this and run this program. Now you can see that okay, banana, orange, apple, mango was the first set of array elements. After reassigning it to the 0th element QE, now QE replaced banana and it became the element of that array. Okay. So this is about changing, or you can say it's replacing the elements of an array by assigning that to the specific index number of that array. All right, let's move on to the next element. Now, the next one starts with add elements with array length. So we will use the array length to add elements to it. So array length, the length property provides an easy way to append a new element to an array. For example, const fruits equals to banana, orange, apple, mango, and fruits of fruits.length equals to QE. So what happens is when you try to print the length, that is the size of the array. Okay. So normally we know that the index number of an array starts from 0. So that would be 0, 1, 2, 3. However, the length of the array is 4. So the fruits.length will return 4 and we are assigning a value to the fourth element. Now the result would be banana, orange, apple, mango, and it will add QE to it. Let's see this in action. The array length. The length property provides an easy way to append new elements to the array. Let's see this in wrap. The length property provides an easy way to append new elements to an array without using the push method. Okay, so we have four elements in the array, and firstly we print the value of that array. Then fruits of fruits.length equals to QE. So that will add QE to the fourth element, to the fourth index. Now let's run this program and print the value. So you can see on the first instance it was four elements in the array, and after using the fruits of fruits.length, it added QE to the last value. Okay, and that's printing it. Okay. So this was about array.length property. Now let's move on to the next one. The JavaScript array delete. Now there's a warning. Array elements can be deleted using the JavaScript operator delete, but using delete leaves undefined holes in the array. So instead, you can use the pop or shift instead. Right. So for example, we were using the same constant array, fruits, and I have four elements in it. Now I'm trying to delete the fruits zeroth index. So now, if I try to print the result, it would say that the fruit zero is undefined. Okay. Let's see this in action. So here you can see that in the program, I have those four elements and I have document.getElementById by ID on demo one, the paragraph. The first fruit is fruits of zero, index zero, and then I'm trying to delete fruits zero. Now, in the second paragraph, I'm trying to print the value of the fruit zero, and let's see that in action. Sorry. You can see that once the zeroth index is deleted, it's printing that the value is undefined because it no longer exists. Okay, so that creates a hole on the zeroth index. That's why we had that warning. All right, let's move on to the next one. Concatenating arrays. Merging or concatenating arrays, the concat method creates a new array by merging or concatenating existing arrays. For example, merging two arrays. The first array was my girls with two values and the second one my boys with three values. Now we will concat the first one with the second one in a third variable and try to print the third variable. The result would be the values from both the arrays. The concat method does not change the existing arrays, it always returns a new array. Merging or concatenating arrays, the concat method can take any number of array arguments. Example, merging three arrays. This one has three arrays with values in it, and we want to concat all of them. In that case, we will have the third variable. We will concat the first one with array1 dot concat, array2, array3 with separated by commas inside brackets. Now the result would be concatenation of all the values. The concat method can also take strings as arguments. For example, merging an array with values. Constant array1 equals to Emil, Tobias, and Linus. Const my children equals to array1 dot concat Peter, which means the first values with the new value. Let's see them in action. In this example, it says we are going to merge two arrays into a third variable and try to print that with an HTML element. Let's run this one. You can see that it has printed the value of all the arrays. Okay. Now the next one we would see Okay, this one here we have merging with three arrays. Okay, let's say this one. You can see that it has merged all the three arrays and showed up the values. How we did that? Array1 dot concat array2 comma array3. Right? This is another way of merging arrays. Okay. Here we have a new value added to it with the array dot concat and a value. Okay, instead of passing array name, another array, we are just passing another variable to it, another value to it. Okay, let's stop this and run again, and you will see that the new value has been added to the existing array. Okay, with array dot concat, we have the new value added to it. All right. All right, let's move on to the next step. Flattening an array. Flattening an array is the process of reducing the dimensionality of an array. The flat method creates a new array with subarray elements concatenated to a specified depth. So here we have my array, which has three sets of arrays in it, and in the second value we have the first one dot flat, and that's printing all the values in one result. Let's say this in action. So here you can see that in my array I have three sets of values, and in another array, new array, I have the first array dot flat, and I'm printing it with demo paragraph. And let's see this in action. You can see this; it's printing all the values in one single result. Okay. So if we try to make some changes, well, that won't make much of a difference. It's the same thing. Okay. However, my array dot flat is the possible way of flattening an array. All right, let's move on to the next one. Splicing and slicing arrays. What is splicing? So the splice method adds a new item to an array, and the slice method slices out a piece of an array. For example, const fruits equals to banana, orange, apple, mango, and there are four elements: fruits dot splice from 2, 0, and lemon and kiwi. So the result would be we added lemon and kiwi to the second 0, 1 to the second index, and kiwi as well, and apple and mango moved further. So the first parameter 2 defines the position where the new element should be added, like spliced in, and the second parameter 0 defines how many elements should be removed. So none of the elements were removed, rather two elements were added from the index 2. Okay. The rest of the parameters lemon and kiwi define the new elements to be added. Now, splice method returns an array with the deleted items. For example, const fruits equals to banana, orange, apple, mango, and fruits.splice 2, lemon, kiwi. Using splice to remove elements. With clever parameter settings, you can use splice to remove elements without leaving holes in the array. Yeah, we discussed this previously in delete. So const fruits equals to banana, orange, apple, mango, and fruits.splice 0, 1. The first parameter 0 defines the position where the new elements should be added, like spliced in, and the second parameter defines how many elements should be removed. So one element should be removed and one element should be added. The rest of the parameters are omitted. Now new elements will be added. Array.slice. The slice method slices out a piece of an array into a new array. This example slices out a part of an array starting from the array element 1, which is orange. So const fruits equals to banana, orange, lemon, apple, mango, and const citrus equals to fruits.slice from 1. And the result is orange, lemon, apple, mango. What is removed? From array element 1. Okay. So this one removed banana and it took up the values from orange until the remaining ones. Okay, one more thing to note. The slice method creates a new array. The slice method does not remove any elements from the source array. Okay, so you do not get a undefined hole in this array. This example slices out a part of an array starting from element 3, which is apple. So fruits.slice 3. Now banana, orange, lemon, apple. Now it's sliced up from the element 3 until the remaining, and it removed the previous elements from it, the array. The slice method can take two arguments like slice 1, 3. This method then selects elements from the starting argument and up to the or but not including the end argument. Okay, so banana, orange, lemon, apple, mango. With the second example, they are all fruits and citrus. So fruits will slice from the first position until the third. So that says from orange, and third is lemon, one until orange and lemon. So it kept only two elements, one and two, and from three it released them. So the result is two elements without the others. The end argument is omitted. Like in the first example, the slice method slices out the results of the array, the rest of the array. And for example, so here fruits.slice 2, so it's going to remove elements before that. 0, 1, 2 starts from lemon and until the remaining. So lemon, apple, and mango were kept and the remaining were released. Seeing this in action. So here we have the splice method, which is getting the elements and splicing it from the second, and zero items are removed, so it's just pushing items from the second. Okay, two elements to be added. Seeing this in action, you can see that the previous was banana, orange, apple, mango, and two elements were added in between, that is lemon and kiwi. Move on to the next one. The splice method adds new elements to an array and returns an array with the deleted elements, if any. So here we have the four elements, and that is the original array plus fruits. Now removed equals to fruits.splice from 2 until second. So 0, 1, 2, and lemon and kiwi are added. So it will add lemon and kiwi in the second position and release all of them. Now the new array is this one, and the removed items is removed. Let's see this. So here it says that original array is this one, and the new array is the first two elements plus lemon kiwi, and the removed elements are apple and mango. So apple and mango were removed, lemon and kiwi were added, and it's showing up the output. Okay, so move on to the next one. This says splice methods can be used to remove array elements. Yeah, the first one was allowed. So 0 until the 1, and we will try to print this one and see this. When we print this, it says that the original array was 4 elements. When we spliced it from 0 to 1, so banana was removed, 0th position, and it kept from the first position. So orange, apple, mango were in place, and 0 was removed. Okay, so it keeps from the first element and it removed the 0th element. All right, moving on to the next one, which says slice. This one is used to slice out a part of an array starting from element 1 or orange. So here fruits.slice 1, and if I run this one, you can see the same example, and I tried to slice up the first element. So the first element, okay, it says that slicing up from anything that is before the first element. So 0th element was sliced out, and orange, lemon, apple, mango were kept. Okay, so if I say let's make this like the third element and refresh this, so it kept only 0, 1, 2 from the third and the fourth. It released the remaining three which were previous, which were before 3. So 0, 1, and 2 were sliced out, and the third, fourth were kept. All right, so moving on to the next one. The same slice example. This says it has 5 elements and it's slicing out until the third. So from the third, it will keep it, which means apple and mango will be kept. We already saw this example. Let's see this again. And as expected, that's correct. From apple and mango were kept. Moving on to the next. Here it says it selects our elements from the end argument. Wait. When the method is given two arguments, it selects array elements from the starting argument and up to the end element. So from the first until third. So that says 1 and 2 will be kept, and third and zeroth will be released. Let's see. So here we have five elements. First and second are kept, remaining are released. You can see this. So orange and lemon were remaining, and the others were removed. Now the next example. Slicing out a part of an array starting from array element 2. So the 2 element is lemon, and the remaining ones will be removed. Seeing this in action. So yes, as expected, from the second index we have the remaining, and the previous ones are removed. Okay, so that is slice. Now move on to the next one. The toString method. That is automatic toString. JavaScript automatically converts an array to a comma-separated string when a primitive value is expected. This is always the case when you try to output an array. From these two examples, we produce the same result. The first one has the four elements banana, orange, apple, mango, and the document.getElement by id demo.innerHTML, which will have fruits.toString, and that converts the array to a string element. The next one has the same elements, and here we are using without the toString. Okay, the result is also the same. But here, note all JavaScript objects have a toString method. So by default, it's a toString, and if you provide toString, that's better. Let's see them in action. Now here you have the automat string, and here we're trying to print the value of the array with a toString. So definitely that's going to print the values in a string. And you can see that it's printing the values with as string values. Okay, let's look at the next one. So here also, without the toString, what's the value? Let's try to print this. It will be the same because that's the default type to print arrays as a string value. Okay, so it automatically converts an array to a comma separated string. Alright guys, so that was all about this video. So we will have more videos coming in, and until then, stay tuned, stay connected, and happy coding. Thank you.